Could you please mind your own business? Have you ever said that? Have you ever had people come into your life who want to give you an opinion about how you should live your life, what you should eat, how you should exercise, how you should parent, what you should do with your money, and they seem to want to tell you what to do? Have you ever done that to other people, where you've seen people do things and you think, wow, I can help you with that, so you start giving them advice? Have you ever had people in your life who might be, you can see from a million miles away that the relationship they're in might be hurting them, or pulling them down, or being disrespectful, or even physically hurting them, and you can see that that's what's going on? But if you give your opinion, if you stick your nose into other people's business, is it possible that either it'll get punched in or knocked off or bitten? Because what other people do is none of our business. So how do you deal with that? How do you deal with somebody in my life who's really important to me, they're in a terrible relationship where somebody's taking advantage of them, or they're really overweight and what they're eating and the way they exercise is killing them, or they're in a lousy, stinking, horrible job and it's making them mentally unwell, or the way they spend their money or waste their money is putting them into a financial situation. It might be that they gamble, or they spend money on stupid stuff, and you really want to help them because, and I'll just use it, this is very personal for me, Romax, what I'm doing right now, and my entire college at the Max International College, this is all about helping people to be healthy, fit and strong, have a career or business that they love, be financially free, and have great people in their life. So because I study those 4 things every single day, is it possible that I can see why somebody might be unhealthy and unfit and unwell and sick and diseased and depressed? It's pretty obvious why people are stuck in a lousy, stinking, horrible job that they don't get out of. Why they can, why don't they? It's obvious when somebody's not able to handle their finances and the financial situation they're in, how easy it would be to get them out of that horrible situation. And because I study human behaviour and relationships every single day, because that's a really big part of getting people healthy, fit and strong, it's really easy to see, well, you're unhappy because. But I'm not going to run around and tell people how to live their lives, because that would be not minding my own business. So there's a really interesting question to ask. If you see people that are in challenges in any of those areas, rather than telling them what to do, would it be good if they come to you? So my first thing is this: are you the living, breathing example of those 4 things? Whatever you want to give people advice about, if you want to give people advice about being healthy, fit and strong, are you the healthiest, fittest, strongest person that they've ever met? If you think somebody's in a terrible job and they should get out of that job, are you the person who has a career or business that you love and you wake up every single day doing what you're passionate about? If you want to give people advice about money, are you financially free, financially secure? Are you wealthy? So they can see that you know you're not talking out your backside. And if you want to give people advice about relationships, are you the person who only has respectful people in your life? So they can look at you and say, well, she's living that life, or he's doing all of those things. But maybe you don't have to say anything. This is pretty obvious, and I'm sure this has happened to you. If you are living as a healthy, fit, strong person, people will come to you and say, you're obviously healthy, fit and strong. What is it that you do? Could you please help me? You've got a great career, a successful business. Could you help me get a successful business? You're really wealthy. What do I have to do to become wealthy? You're in great relationships and you don't accept crappy people in your life. What do I have to do the same? There's a big difference between going and yelling at someone for doing the wrong thing, or giving your advice to people who you think are doing the wrong thing, versus them coming to you. I'll use a beautiful example. Gym instructors or personal trainers that work in a gym will often ask me, Rowie, there's people doing dangerous exercises. What should I do about that? Now, here's what probably won't work. Go up to them and tell them they're doing the wrong thing. Is it likely that you'll cause an argument, that they'll feel attacked, that they'll get defensive, and they'll keep doing what they're doing? Again, I'll use this example. If somebody's smoking, you go up to them, you shouldn't smoke, it's bad for you. What kind of relationship are you going to build with that person? They might be enjoying that cigarette, and or they might already know that it's bad for them and you just made them feel worse. Versus, in that scenario, if somebody comes to you and says, look, I know that smoking is really bad for me, I want to give it up, could you please help me, is very different than yelling at somebody for smoking. If somebody comes up to you in the gym and says, look, you're training people in a very short period of time, they're getting great results, you look great, you've got a stack of energy, could you please help me, is very different than going up to somebody in the gym and saying, don't do that, it's going to hurt you, it's a dumb exercise, it's dangerous, why are you training that way? It doesn't build relationships very well. So if we want to mind our own business, rather than sticking our nose into other people's business. And I'll rephrase, would you like other people to mind their own business and not stick their nose into your business? Could it be a really good idea to A, not care what other people think, and B, live your life the way you want to live it and don't compromise? Are you as healthy, fit and strong as you want to be? If not, do you need to be? Are you in a career or business that you love? If not, is it time to get one? If you're not financially free, if you're not on track to being wealthy, if you want to be, is it time to change your financial plan? And if you want to have great people in your life, do you love who you are? Do you respect yourself? And are you a person that other people want to spend time with? To me, that's the living, breathing example of the fundamentals of life. And if you're doing that, are people more likely to then come to you and say, could you please help me? If you're a parent, I'm very careful about this because I'm not. But first of all, I've been a child, so I know what I don't want in my life because I saw things in my parents that I didn't want in my life, which was very helpful to helping me change my life. But if you want your kids to be healthy, fit and strong, have a career or business that they love, be financially free and have great people in their life, which I hope you do because I wish that for all parents to want that for their children. It doesn't matter what you want for your children. Are you living that for your children? A very controversial question that I have no right to ask, but could it be an important question? As an exercise professional, people say to me, do I have to have ripped abdominals or be in great shape? My answer is always, are you the fittest and strongest and healthiest you can possibly be? The side effect to that is you'll probably exude energy. You'll probably have a body that looks lean and fit and healthy. If the focus is on having ripped abdominals and being thin or having big muscles and being impressive, could that be the wrong message to be sending? And that's none of my business. What I want to share with you is, wouldn't it be nice if we just lived our life without caring what other people think? Let them mind their own business. I often share this about political opinions is something we should never get into. I get that, but I often wish that for the government. Look, just mind your own business. Make sure the country's running well and let the farmers do their thing and let the doctors do their thing and let the people who work in retail do their thing and the business owners do their thing. Because if you're doing what you're passionate about and you want to keep getting better at it, is it possible that you're going to do it the best way rather than have the government tell you what to do? So mind your own business, Mr. Government, and let the great farmers do their thing and the great doctors do their thing and the great business people do their thing. Mind your own business. Now, I can't force people to do that, of course. I'm just saying that almost in jest because people will never do that. People always want to seem to gossiping and people watch television of watching other people live their life because they want to stick themselves into other people's business. Fascinating, I know. But all I ask is this. If you want to have an influence on other people, so you want to stick your nose into other people's business because you want them to be happier or fitter or stronger or wealthier or just have a better life, is it possible that the best way to stick your nose into other people's business is to live the living example of the best way to live? And then perhaps people will ask you, I don't want you to mind your own business anymore, Rowie. I want you to help me. And that's the only entry gate for me. If somebody says, please, Rowie, could you help me? My answer is never yes. My answer is, wouldn't it be awesome for you to work this out for yourself? Which is that great question I always ask. If you were your own eating and exercise coach, if you were your own high-performance career coach, if you were your own high-performance relationship or financial planning coach, what advice would you give yourself? And get people to make changes for themselves rather than sticking my nose into their business. Live your life to the max, living your own business. Woohoo! Super duper doo. How are you? Living my life to the max, minding my own business.